Well, hello friends, and welcome to Indigo Intuitive Tarot. I am Indigo, and I am here to provide you with intuitive messages and downloads via the tarot, as well as several oracle cards per usual. Now, while these intuitive messages and downloads are intended for your spiritual growth and expansion, they may also, and oftentimes do, apply to other areas and aspects of your incarnation in this crazy ass 3D reality. So please, as always, take what applies. If it doesn't apply, what do? We let it fly. Okay. What's up, y'all? This is going to be your reading for what your spirit team needs you to know right now in this red hot minute. Urgent messages from your spirit team. Okay, this could be about anything. Anything could come out. It's not specific to any one area of your experience. It just is what it is. And I will tell you, it's quite late right now. It's 11 o'clock. I'm drinking tea that should help me eventually fall asleep. But we will see. So I'm doing this for the new moon. So this is also going to be including the new moon energies. And if you know anything about the new moon, people say this is a good time to plan, visualize, plant the seeds that you would like to see flourish. Very much giving Seven of Pentacles energy. Okay. So keep that in mind. The only sort of energies that I'm picking up for this new moon, I'm getting that people are like very much in spring cleaning mode. Yes, your space, because this is a new moon in Taurus, and honey, if there's one thing Tauruses love, it is the comforts in life, and that includes their space. Honey, I'm a Taurus moon. I want infinite comfort items, right? Right. So I'm getting that people are spring cleaning, but not just like their spaces, like their ideas, their mindsets. The discernment. I'm getting very much discernment. I'm getting very much like I have 4 options. This yes, this no, this no, this yes. Like very clear, which is funny because a lot of Tauruses that I know are actually indecisive. Because they want everything. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing some spring cleaning, or if you're just going through things or going through ideas and you're like, what needs to stay and what needs to go, that could be a thing right now. Excuse me. And I think what you decide needs to stay, those are going to be the seeds you plant. Right, for this new moon. Those are going to be the things that you decide are actually worth the investment. They're actually worth keeping around during this new moon, right? So you can pour into them and they can pour back into you, right? You can see something come to fruition with those. I just said you're going to be cutting things out. Honey, this is the Queen of Swords. She'll cut you out faster than you can say please or thank you, right? You're getting rid of stuff. You're giving stuff the axe. And I don't think it's in like a negative way. I think it's just in like a, yeah, this doesn't work anymore. Yeah, we've been on this BS for a while now. Yeah, this doesn't feel genuine. This doesn't feel authentic. This doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel real. And that's what people are wanting so much right now. We want what's real. That's why the age of influencers is about to die, because a lot of it hasn't been real, right? All right, y'all. So I'm going to see if the universe is ready to talk. Y'all ready to talk? I will warn you, my cat is sitting beside me, purring and pawing at me. Yep, they're ready to talk. Yep, you're walking away from what no longer serves you. Eight of Cups. Y'all ready to talk? Yeah? Okay. Let's do it. Okay. So first card is going to be your energy. Second card is the medicine that they would like you to receive at this time. By they, I mean your spirit team, your higher selves, however you want to phrase it, right? Also, I have to tell you, I have a boo-boo on my pinky finger and it hurts to put a Band-Aid on it. So I'm going to try not to show it to you, but it's on my dominant hand, my right hand. So I'm hoping that you don't see it. Anyway, what's blocking the medicine their direct messages to you, and how they would like you to move forward at this time. Bottom of the deck. Well, I'm sure your spirit team doesn't want you to move forward this way. Conflict, defeat, betrayal. Maybe this is what they're wanting you to move on from. Okay. Remember I was saying, like, with this like spring cleaning energy, I'm getting like people even like looking at how they've been thinking about things and getting rid of like old beliefs and old ideas. Swords is mental energy. So you might, my cat just did that. Yes, he did. So you might be, sorry, you might be looking at ways or belief systems, things like that. And you're looking at how you betrayed yourself. You're looking at how you sabotaged yourself with these beliefs and ways of thinking, right? And you're getting rid of those things. My cat, I swear to goodness. He is a toddler in a kitty cat suit. You are. He's 13 years old. I mean, what the hell am I going to tell him? You know what I mean? He's a whole ass grown man who acts like a toddler. Okay, anyway, your current energy. Well, 5 of Wands. The medicine that they would like you to receive at this time is the 8 of Swords, blocked by the Hanged Man. Direct message, 6 of Swords. How they would like you to move forward. 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to tell you right now, they want you to move forward in a way where you're being fair to yourself. Because right here, this doesn't feel fair to me. This feels like chaos to me. Okay, this is obstacles, arguments. Is there something on my card? Obstacles, arguments, competition. Like, it just feels like fighting. Are you fighting against yourself? Are you fighting something external to you? Like, what are you fighting? What are you battling? Aren't you tired? Honey, I'd be tired. I can't do all this type of conflict. Make my stomach hurt. Anyway, the medicine that they would like you to receive at this time is the 8 of Swords. If you are fighting against coming up out this mental prison, me and you are going to have a come to Jesus moment, okay? Because this is what's blocking you. You're not seeing the new perspective. Why? You got a blindfold on, honey. You can march right out of them, right around them swords and take that blindfold off. But you don't want to. And wondering why your paws stuck fighting. We're going to get into it when we clarify. Anyway, their direct message to you. Yeah, 6 of Swords. Move on. Move on to calmer waters. Now, I will say, if you grew up around a lot of conflict, okay, I understand that. I can understand that things from childhood, obviously, a lot of times, most of the time, not always, but those things can carry over into adulthood. So, be careful about that. But their direct message to you is to move on to a calmer energy, especially because it's swords. That's mental energy, right? You have the 5 and the 6 of Swords here. How they want you to move forward. 6 of Pentacles. With fairness. Obviously this could be generosity, charity, but it's reciprocity. Equal give and take. Now, in some readings, if it turns out to be a love reading or something, some people will say this is a card of breadcrumbing. I'm not getting that from this particular spread, but just something to be aware of. Okay. All right. We're going to take a look at your current energy. Why are you arguing? Why is there tension here? And maybe that's just what it is, tension. It might be internal. I'm getting like very much arguing with yourself. Why would you argue with yourself? Honey, if you are, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't got to have all this tension and all this arguing when you listen to your intuition. When you, I'm gonna be real frank. I'm gonna be real blunt, okay? Excuse my language. When you don't give a fuck about what other people think of you, you ain't got to be like this, okay? Whether it's arguing with them or arguing with yourself. Because if you don't give a damn what people think about you, you ain't got no tension. You're like, they gonna say what they gonna say. The peanut gallery gonna say what they say. Who gives a damn? Do they sign your check or pay your bills? Right? My mom always said, again, excuse my language, but if they don't sign your check or pay your bills, fuck them. You know what I mean? She's wise that way. All right, Spirit team. Why is the Five of Wands here? Oh, for the collective. They gave us 3. Look, Five of Wands, Empress, the Wheel. Why are you, in the Eight of Swords again, why the hell are you fighting about moving into new energy? This new energy could be birthing a creative project. This new energy could be a glow up. This new energy could be stepping into your abundance words, right? But I always tell you, your choices and behavior dictate how the universe spins this wheel. You have the Five of Wands here twice. What the hell are you fighting? Why are you in a mental prison? Okay. Is it easier to go round and round with people because you're afraid of being alone? And you figure that even if people are there arguing with you, maybe people that aren't good for you, that are kind of like false friends, backstabby friends, cliquey friends, and you think, well, it's better to have this kind of tension and conflict around me than to be by myself, than to glow up by myself? Please be so for real. Than to take a leap of faith and to complete a cycle. Listen to me. You better take this hermit mode. You better take this glow up. You better spin the wheel in the direction that leads to something like this. Please get out of this mental prison. I feel like I don't even have to clarify no more. I feel like this tells us everything we need to know right here. Jeez Louise. Y'all gonna make me get active. Then I'm gonna be fighting with you. I just don't like to see, I hate to see it. I hate to see it. All right, Spirit team, why is the Eight of Swords here blocked by the Hangman? I already told you why it's here. I already told you why it's here. And I swear to God, if we get a devil card to come out in this reading, ooh. Spirit team, why is the Eight of Swords here? I said take this one. Oh, this is a love situation that has you like this? Well, yeah, it makes sense if you're dealing with Mr. Here for a good time, not a long time. Now, this could be past energy, right? Like in the past, you thought something was going to be a loving, beautiful new beginning, and it ended up just being a flash in the pan or a flash in someone's pants, right? Right. Now, how that left you, mental prison. Don't want to get the new perspective. This could be a love situation where they wore you down so bad. They wore you down so bad that now you don't know how to untangle yourself from this energy. Okay? But this is your medicine. This is your lessons, right? The lesson is, if you don't get this new perspective, which will allow you to get out of this mental prison, that's going to dictate how you spin that wheel. As my mom always says, how you going to act? How you going to act? Like the wounded warrior? You're stuck on something. You see that? She holding that one. Yeah. Something you thought was a 10 of cups. It had you up all night crying, kicking and screaming. Maybe they rejected you. And now, again, you're holding on to it. You see how tight they're holding that pentacle? This could have happened also when you were younger. It could have been a younger earth sign as well. I don't always get sassy in my readings, but I hate when my collective is tied up, tangled up, tense. When I say at the beginning, the new moon is all about planting the seeds you would like to see grow. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. And I said the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like I'm psychic or something, right? Here's the Seven of Pentacles. I said, are you going to pour into things that give you a return on investment? Honey, if you are tied up, tangled up, Eight of Swords, fighting, maybe this was a partner you were constantly fighting with. Yeah, especially with this here. But look who came back. Queen of Swords. She said, cut it out. If you're from the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. Cut it out. All right, so we're going to look at this direct message. Because if y'all don't move on from this, I think in the last reading we had like the devil card, we had death come out, and we even had a card that said coffin. And I said, this is something that needs to die. You need to let this die. You need to put the final nail in the coffin and let this go. Here we are again. Maybe I'm talking to the same group of people. The same group of people watch my readings. All right, Six of Swords. Oh my God. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. The Death card, the Two of Swords, the Eight of Wands, Five of Swords returns. Do you want to stay in this energy? Because if you don't, let it die. Let it die. Now, the Eight of Wands here can be like quick, fast, incoming information. And maybe that's just this reading for you. What is this? Yeah, make a choice. You got to make a choice. Because here, this is someone who don't know which way to go. This is someone who's made the choice. It's the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. And they just kind of fell off the top of the deck, right? Don't know which way to go. Has made the choice. Okay? This reading might be the sign, the incoming information that you need to, again, free yourself from this mental energy. Death is also, it's death and rebirth. Death and rebirth here. I told you, glow up. Glow up doesn't have to be, I got my nose done and, you know, I went on the Zempic and I mean, it could be good for you, but it doesn't have to be physical. Like, do you understand that glow ups actually start internally and energetically before you ever see them in the physical? And that's pretty much how everything works. Law of assumption tells you that. You do it. You do the mental, emotional, energetic work before you ever see it in the physical. I mean, look how babies are born, right? That energetic attraction has to be there. Well, I understand there are extreme situations of non-consensual activities. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, just be clear. But you know what I'm saying? That extreme attraction has to be there. Maybe that's what led you to this god-awful person, right? The new beginning you thought you was going to have, it didn't play out, right? And that's okay. But what I'm saying is, to even bring forth a creation like that, to birth a new creation, it starts in the energy first. That's why I'm an energy reader. I'm not a traditional tarot reader. I'm an energy reader. Also an energy healer, right? Which means I have to be able to feel, spot, sense where there are holes in the energy. And right now, it's in your mental, it's in your belief systems, it's in probably regrets about how you let someone do you in the past, how you let someone treat you in the past. Again, how you let someone wear you down in the past, have you thinking you're not this. Okay? If this isn't another person, you're just in conflict with yourself about who and what you truly are and what you could be, right? And it's not like all about changing who you are. It's about revealing your true self, peeling away all the layers, accumulated layers of nonsense and trauma and story and attachment to reveal your truest, most authentic, most beautiful self. Okay? But you're not going to realize that when you're staying in conflict, all wrapped up in your head, mental prison, messing with people that are here for a good time, not a long time. Now, if that's a consensual thing, baby, do it, you know. But they're telling you to move on to a different way of thinking, calmer thoughts even, like woo-saw, if you will. All right. All right, Spirit. Final card. I feel like I've lectured you enough. Honey, if there's one thing a Virgo's good at, it's lecturing you about how to get your shit together. Okay. Spirit team, why is the Six of Pentacles here for the collective, for how they should move forward? Spirit team want, oh, Magician. It was just flipped over in the deck, so we're gonna take it. I did not see that, because usually when I'm reading to you guys, I'm like, I'm looking at the cards. So I don't really always look down at the deck. All right. What else you got, Spirit? The Six of Pentacles. Oh, well. High Priestess, Judgment. You got 3 majors. How many majors you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards. That's big energy. Also, I found out a couple years ago, 6 is the number of the Hindu god Ram. If you know the story of Hanuman, 6 is the number that represents Ram. I looked that up a couple years ago. Thought that was interesting. Anyway, I digress. And you have a 6 of Pentacles here. I don't know how many times this type of message has come out in the reading. Okay. If you do not wake up to the fact that you, I don't want to say you're a witch, because that has its own kind of connotation, but that you are such a powerful master manifester. Here's the thing. In your current energy, because of the conflict and then the medicine being trapped in this mental prison and, all this, I'm telling you right now, like, you're trusting this story, but you're not trusting the news story, because, like, what do they say? Most people stay in a familiar hell because they don't, or they're scared of unfamiliar freedom, that sort of thing. That's what it's giving. You have all of the tools at your disposal. You have the intuition, the divine guidance. You're waking up to this, though. It's a good thing. Thank God. Right? They want you to wake up to this. They want you to say, hey, I think I said this in another reading. I run this show. This is my wake-up call. This reading, like I said, the Eight of Wands could represent this reading, you getting this information. This is my wake-up call. I'm waking up now. Especially with the Page of Swords being here. The Page of Swords, he, she, they, them. Little researcher, right? You see they got their head in that little book, all these bright ideas. They can be a little anxious. Yeah, you can be a little bit anxious about a new beginning. Of course you can. But I think you're learning how to do it. You're learning. Okay? Because the pages are students. With this Magician here, though, yeah, of course you would have the 10 of Swords on the bottom. With this Magician here, though, how do I want to say this? You have to actually believe that you have gifts. Now, I don't necessarily mean psychic gifts, although this very much gives psychic gifts. You have to actually believe that you have gifts. It could be artistic gifts. Maybe you're musically talented. Maybe you are a good orator. You do public speaking. Maybe you are an amazing author, right? But you don't believe it. And if you've been worn down through a situationship, Mr. Situationship here, thinking it was going to be this when it was just this, and this is what's blocking you, yeah, of course you don't believe it. Of course you don't believe it. But like I said, it has to start in the mental, the emotional, the energetic. It has to start there first for you to see it come to fruition, to manifest in your reality. Okay. It's under the 10 of Swords. Now this is all about backstabbing, feeling backstabbed and betrayed, but you're getting up. And it's funny, I saw the 8 of Pentacles in this deck, in the larger deck, because I have the mini and the larger size. And the one thing I noticed were the phases of the moon. Like when I was getting the decks out, I saw the larger one, and on the bottom of that deck was the 8 of Pentacles. Right? Putting your head down, doing the due diligence. Right? Manifesting a soulmate. Quickly. You're moving toward quickly. All right. Now don't make me lecture you again. If I come back and do the next reading and I'm still getting this energy, we're gonna have a come to Jesus. You hear me? I just, don't be letting people get in your head. All this fighting and carrying on, and I don't do all that, man. Listen, I live like a monk. I live like the most quiet life. I'm not even joking. Like my cat knocking that thing off the table is about as loud as it gets in here. You know what I mean? That, or when I watch the X-Files. I love the darn X-Files. Anyway. Anyway. We're going to pull some cards. We're going to pull some more cards. I think this is the Starseed Oracle. This is an older deck. I just grabbed it. I said, let's do something different. I don't know. We're going to see. Spirit team. Okay. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. It's funny. My grandmother's name is Anna. She was obviously not the grandmother of Jesus, although, she's my grandmother. Seeding the light, laying the foundation. Yeah, like the new moon. See? Maybe you have a connection to that energy. I'm seeing the Sphinx. Ooh, in the background there. What is this? Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Hello? Hello? Manifesting reciprocity in your life. Hello? With the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Judgment card. Honey, like, you should be doing these readings. Not me. Well, I mean, I should definitely be doing this reading. But, like, you should have your own channel. Shit. You obviously manifesting, getting the divine downloads. Yeah, Akasha. Maybe you're into the Akashic records, that sort of thing. There's, guided meditations about it and, all that kind of stuff. So that might be your thing. Sorry, my throat was getting really dry to take a sip. Okay, one more card, Spirit. Let's see what they have. Oh, dropping so many cards. So many. They say take that one. Also take a break. Yeah, seriously. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Honey, it's a Taurus new moon. Tauruses they like chill. They don't like a whole bunch of drama. Priestess. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Obviously, some type of place. And here's the thing. That the anger you might be feeling if you're in that Five of Wands energy, that arguing type of energy, that is like, your boundaries, you feel like your boundaries have been violated, right? But with Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? I told you, you're stepping into that energy. If this is the same group of people that I had a reading or two ago, how are you stepping up to lead? I'm saying you're taking charge. I run this show. Okay. But yeah, you just need to establish boundaries and let people know, hey, I'm laying the foundation of what I want to birth, what I want to grow. Doesn't have to mean you are with child. Also, one moment, I have to pick up more cards. All right, we're back. I'm so sorry. I mean, would it be any one of my readings if I didn't drop a bunch of cards on the damn floor? My God. All right, these are the Ascended Masters cards. We're going to pull a few of these, see what they have to say. And then we might pull just one Angel Answers cards. I don't know. We're gonna see. All right, Spirit, what you got for the collective? Work your magic. We have the Magician card. I mean, almost like I'm psychic. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. Work your magic. Positive change. Priorities. Everything this just is backing up everything I just said. Your priorities should be your boundaries. And maybe a little yoga. And of course, following your heart. I said, you might be an author. You might be a musician. You might be an orator, public speaker. Like, this is the time to start planting the seeds and laying the foundation for that. But to do that, you're gonna have to set some boundaries, right? You're gonna have to make yourself your own priority. And yoga means union, just being in union with self, even getting to know self. But also move your body, because movement is always great. A lot of times, especially if I do yoga in the mornings, I have the best ideas if I work out earlier in the day. And after those workouts, I always feel so much better and I always have the best ideas. So that might be a little tip for someone. Okay. But you'll see positive changes. You definitely will. Definitely will. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please keep those questions in the forefront of your mind as I shuffle. I'm going to see what the angels have to say to us today. Angels, what do you have for the collective? They need a lot of support right now. Apparently, someone is really going through it. But that's okay. I think it's going to all turn out well. I think it's just... I'm getting like a rewiring of your brain in a way. And I know that sounds like weird, but like forming new neural pathways. And I don't know why I'm being drawn to this Akasha card. I don't know why. Maybe someone really needs to look up the Akashic records. Okay. I'm really getting that. I don't know why. Maybe you need to research it. It's very interesting though. Very interesting. All right, Spirit Team, what do you have for the collective? Success. I said I was going to pull one card from this deck. Whatever it is you are manifesting here, you're going to have success. I mean, it's here. You had that Six of Pentacles is how they want you to move forward, equal give and take, with the Magician, with the High Priestess, with the Judgment card. Yes. I don't lie to you. I would never lie to you, okay? It's there in the cards. You see it. You see it, right? It's all here. It's all waiting for you. You just need to take the steps to unravel your brain. I know, easier said than done, okay? Easier said than done. I get it. But unravel your brain in a way to where you can make these positive changes. You can manifest for yourself and do all the things you wish to do. So this is what I have for you. I hope that it has provided you with some guidance and some clarity, as it is always my intention to serve. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. I hope that you all are taking care of yourselves, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.